What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Next Wave podcast. I'm one of your hosts, B. Zanny, joined by my co-host, D. Woody, and today we've got a great episode in store. We're going to be discussing this past week in the CDL weekend, which had some major twists, and taking a look at day one of Major 2 here in Dallas, Texas. It'll be a great one. I'm going to round it off with picking bands and wrap up episode 59. Let's get straight to it. All right, Dak, day one of the major has started today. We're going to review this past weekend, but the first matches are done. How do you think day one of the major went?
Honestly, I was hoping some of these teams would show up a little bit more. I mean, there were some close maps, but the series were not very close at all. I'm just flabbergasted that Thieves came out and lost to Boston. That is insane.
Had some surprises today, so hopefully the matches get a little bit crazier. The weekend matches get good. I'll be there watching and want to see a show.
Are you going tomorrow?
No. Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
just Saturday, Sunday.
Hopefully OpTic will be alive still.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully they don't lose on Friday and I just don't get to watch OpTic. But I'll just wear this instead.
Yes, sir. 100 Thieves. Actually, you might not want to wear that either, bro. Go get some phase gear.
Oh, shit, I forgot. We just said it, and I wasn't even thinking about it. But yeah, that sucks as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, OpTic in the CDL have never placed outside of second at their own event, I think, or something
crazy.
like that I saw today.
Mm-hmm.
At least ever since Shotzi's been on the team, I think, at the very least.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this past weekend. We definitely had some storylines here. We're not going to look at every match, but there is some matches that we want to touch on. I'll run through them here pretty quickly. But starting us off on the weekend, Toronto Ultra 3-2 Vancouver Surge, pushing them both to 5-2. They're both in winners bracket, and they were had a really good season. This was a really good series from Joe to Thieves, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check.
Yeah, Joe 1.04.
Yeah, and Kleenex. Yeah, it was just a subs world. Abuza got caught. Oh, I remember. Yeah, Abuza was going crazy, and just no one that was there to help him. He was 37 and 17 map one, their only win.
12K damage, bro.
And everyone else was negative.
He was going ballistic this series.
He was going crazy, bro. But yeah, Toronto able to pull it out. And then we get into. I need to go back to completed here. Then we had Thieves 3-0ing OpTic. It was no surprise there, other than the lowest, KD of all time.
Oh, shit.
Not actually. Definitely in the CDL era, but Mike Spacely back in the day had a .31. So he still has that. But Kenny drops a .32, and it was just so bad to watch.
3,000 damage. 3,000.
Yeah, we've seen that in a map from people.
17 kills total.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
Yeah, very tough. But yeah, that was OpTic still looking horrible. So
I watched the podcast a little bit today, and Shotzi was saying they had like the best practice they've had in a while going into this match, and they felt good, and then came out here and this happened. Yeah. So I think after this, Kenny realized like he needed to just step away. Because Hex said, like, Kenny told him that he thinks it's best if they look for another option or something.
Yeah. So. OpTic ended up getting a win here. On Sunday, they played LAG, and they ended up 3-1ing them. So, and you could just tell it was weird. The reaction wasn't too crazy from, Kenny. He still looked disappointed after the win, and they end up, obviously making a change for SKYZ. So SKYZ comes into the roster right before the major, and a lot of people instantly are either saying that why do it right before the major, why not wait till after, and the other people are like, it's about time, like regardless of how far we are from the major, this change is necessary, yada yada yada. And then it comes out today, day one of the major. Heck said on a podcast that he messaged the team or told the team that he thinks like they should find someone because he's just not in a good space. And pretty much was like, yo, y'all need to find a replacement for me. I'm dog shit. And they did. Yeah. So, I mean, apparently they were gonna, plan on sticking it out for the ring ceremony in Major 2 to see, maybe land makes a difference, but Kenny was apparently just not in the right headspace, and it made which makes more sense now that like the teammates and stuff and other players that were closer to him in the league were saying like, hey man, you'll be back, like get your head right and shit like that. And I was like, why are they just like assuming he's depressed or something? And now it makes more sense because they they have a little more insight than the public. But yeah, we'll see how they do at the major. Carolina 3-0 Miami. Boston 3-1 Miami. They looked good in that series, but this made Miami look really bad, and they're officially on the shitter list. And then Thieves 3-1 Rocker pretty comfortably. Ravens 3-1 the Falcons. FaZe 3-1ing Gentlemates. A lot of 3-1s this weekend. Jesus. And then OpTic Texas, like I mentioned, got a 3-1 starting off Sunday. They finally won a map. Everyone was throwing their hands in the air. Thank God they finally won a map. And then they end up taking the series. So even though they did get a dub, that was Kenny's last match. And I'm pretty sure he knew that while playing. Yeah. Like just adding up the timelines, I'm pretty sure he knew that while he was playing. So,
yeah. And even then, Kenny still had 20 less kills than everyone on his team.
Yeah, he's still negative.
Like it's just tough. He's not in the right space. So
yeah,
we love Ken though. We love Ken as OpTic fans and hope.
Yeah, OpTic, like when they did the ring ceremony, they were chanting "Thank you, Kenny" and stuff. Good. So that was cool.
That's good.
That was cool. Surge takedown Rocker 3-1, still looking very good, coming off that loss. FaZe 3-1 Cloud9 New York. I believe these maps were pretty close though, other than the control. Oh, never mind. Just the last hard point was close.
Slammage that map one there.
Still some good search play from the side of New York though.
Yeah, they looking good.
Search. And then we get to Sunday, Vancouver 3-0 the Ravens. This is today. Yeah. This is today. So getting into today's matches, the first one we had to start off was Vancouver Royal Ravens. These first two matches I thought were going to be much closer than they were, unfortunately. Granted, the maps were pretty close, but like the series overall was not.
Yeah.
The Vancouver Surge take them down 3-0, green carpet versus red carpet here. And that's, you can see how close it was, 0.87, 0.95, 0.93, 0.96. So, Vivid was getting kills. He dropped 37 the first map along with TJ. Gwyn was very lost on the map 1, and made some questionable plays in the map 2 that had everyone watching, questioning, and going back to the rhetoric that he's an onliner. So he's still yet to beat the allegations. So
listen, you gotta wonder, when they played Miami earlier this split, like last weekend, Gwyn was literally trolling. They were shitting on Miami so bad. And right. He was literally, they have P4 control. Gwyn is across the map like ammo, trying to kill them off spawn, like just fucking around. Like he could have easily flipped the entire map just doing that. And I feel like maybe he's just been trolling on this map because they played Falcons and Miami last weekend, I think. So maybe he's just been fucking around, and then he got in a serious series on LAN, and not only is he an onliner, that as we know, but bad practice makes for bad play. So
yeah, gotta practice how you play.
Yeah, I just think, I don't know, it's pretty apparent though. Every tournament I feel like we have this conversation that Gwyn is going off online, and then he shows up to LAN and just does not perform.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, granted, everyone went negative, but like, you got Vivid out fragging you.
That map 1 was close. They could have easily won that map had he just gotten a few more kills. So
Tej got a crazy 2-piece in the back to not have them close it out on P4, and then they pushed it to P1, and then just kind of crumbled.
Yeah.
But, then the next match we had today was C9 New York versus Toronto Ultra. Again, like these two teams are in like the same tier, kicking up on certain days than not. This was a banger of a series that only had 3 maps in it.
Yeah.
We had 250, 248 in the hard point, round 11, round 5.
Insane comeback in that map 1.
Yeah. Jodeci is the only one positive, and then Mac and Sib had had some great series. The whole side of C9 really. Attached got a 4-piece to close it out at the end of the Hacienda Hardpoint. That was insane. Crimp was going crazy in the S&D. I mean, Sid was going crazy in the S&D, and Crimp took over on map 3. Yeah. So they're looking really good right now. If they can keep this momentum and this form against FaZe, like they have like a real shot here. You know, considering who's in the losers bracket. So
yeah, we got Vintage Crimp, Double Bird. Fuck you, you're my son. After the series,
you're my son.
It was great. It was great. C9's just silently been putting the work in, bro. I feel like they're just silently eating right now.
They started off dramatic with the server cheese, and then haven't heard a word about it since, and they've been peaceful.
Lamar got them locked in. Lamar got them
beat
locked.
The top teams.
Yes,
gotta
sir.
Beat the top teams.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of beating the top teams, this next match was the crazy upset of the day in winners round 1. The Thieves fall 3-1 to the Boston Breach. They kind of trolled the P3 or oh wait, I'm looking at map 4. Sorry. They lose the map 1, 250-230. Snoopy went on a crazy spree on the last couple hills to secure the dub. And then Boston take the search as well. Boston's always been a pretty good search team. They just kind of ebbed and flowed. But like, I remember that when Hacienda first got introduced, I was watching a Boston play it, and they looked insane on the map. Like just together roaming looked crazy, and they take that. Thieves smoked them in the control 3-0. Yeah. So I thought that was definitely the turning point in the tide. But Breach stayed locked in. They went to a listen-in at one point when they were maybe up only like 20 or something like that in the middle of the game, and they were like down a man or they were in like a good position, and I heard Big Wake just like calming everyone down and like giving really good comms. Like I was like, oh shit, they're locked even after getting smoked.
Damn.
And they take it. It was crazy. P3 kitchen to P4 rotation, and Hydra made a questionable play with 8 seconds left. I mean, granted, he was right next to the hill, and you either chow that 8 seconds for potentially winning your team the game with teammates there to back that guy up, or you hit across their mid to bottom bed and get in rotation. But they also could have killed him from kitchen while he's crossing. So I think the better play was to just rotate and try to get to the new time. But Boston were able to contest and push it, get the kills, and push it to a P4 that they were rotated for, and got the dub.
Yeah. It's crazy that Thieves just came off of an online match where they had the most god tier comms we've ever heard.
Yeah.
And then today it seemed like their communication was just not there. They had a few faded plays on this map 4 that cost them the map. So
and the map ones when they went to that listening, and it was dog shit, dude. They were just calling out red dots and deads, and it sounded very, very sporadic, and chaotic's not the right word, but it was just like high energy with no substance, and it just came off as like somewhat chaotic. Yeah. So that was really, really weird to see from the LA Thieves, especially on LAN. So we'll see if they can flip the switch. Nate Shot's reaction was always good. He was just in despair and then just ended stream.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he said anything.
Damn. Poor Nate.
And then we had an absolute snoozer to wrap up the day. FaZe 3-0 Minnesota Rocker. The map 1 was kind of close, but they 6-3 him in the search, 3-0 him in the control. Geo, the only one positive on the side of Minnesota Rocker, and everyone had a good series on the side of FaZe, especially Draza and Simp. Most kills, highest KD in the lobby, and the most damage. So FaZe looking like FaZe. They got pretty lucky with their draw against Minnesota. They're kind of... I don't think Minnesota's ever beaten them this year.
Dude, yeah. The way Ravens are owned by the Thieves, the Rocker are owned by FaZe this year.
True.
I think FaZe has like a 9-1 or 9-0 map count versus Rocker, it seems.
Wow.
So
seems like it.
Yeah, it just seems like Rocker does not show up for these series. Also, Geo, who has been struggling as of late, I think he's a little timid right now, bro. There was multiple times I was watching Zuma's watch party, and Octane was like, "Is Geo's controller dead? What's wrong with Geo? Is he actually not playing?"
I saw that. He was on a heady.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh no, he is playing." Like, I think Geo, at his best, is when he's flying around, like getting trades and shit.
It's also a team issue as well, because there's multiple times that they would get like 2 kills like while they're in the hill, or maybe they have spawns and they would get a couple kills and just sit still.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, make an impact. You just got these kills, don't make them worthless.
And Rocker, at the beginning of the year, they were just headbanging everything, dude. They were flying around as a team, and now it just, I don't know, they're struggling. So.
Yep. And so day 2 of the major is tomorrow. We're going to have all the losers round 1 matches, which is going to now be Miami versus LA Thieves.
How do I go to the
bracket? LA. Click on major 2 above the major 2 matches.
Okay.
I think Thieves definitely bounce back here. I think they have a pretty convincing win. I think it's a 3-0. I think there's a chance they're maybe still shaking off the bad juju, and they maybe lose a map 1 if it gets mixy or something.
They can't lose to Miami, bro. No way.
Yeah, there's no way. So 3-0 for the side of LAT.
Oh, Carolina Thieves.
Rancor.
Carolina yet again has to face their boogeyman. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so then we got Carolina obviously winning this match against Falcons, so that would be LAT versus Carolina. And LAT has, I don't know if they maybe dropped 1 map.
I think they have a severe mental advantage over Carolina this year.
Yeah. And then we got OpTic Rocker, so we're going to see OpTic SKYZ making his debut. I'm super excited to watch that tomorrow. Unfortunately, I think it's the 3rd match of the day. 3rd match of the day, which makes that the 12:30. That would be 2. That's like the 3:34-ish match.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad, I guess. That's right when I get off work, so
nice.
Not too shabby. And then, so hopefully OpTic are able to, that change is just what they needed. The vibes are there because SKYZ is a huge Fi guy. Slap his belly.
That's so funny.
And then we got Gentlemates versus Toronto, which I think is going to be a 3-0 also.
Yeah. So. And then Toronto Rocker. Or no, Toronto OpTic.
Toronto OpTic, hopefully. So
they slammed us last time. Joe Deceives dropped a 2 that series.
So I mean, like I said, we beat Rocker. I think we're in a great headspace. I think we're feeling good, and it's the start of a honeymoon, hopefully. And I think we go on to win the next 2 and get to top. Yeah. What would that be? Top 4.
That'd be big. So
I really think they could.
So winners. You got Boston or Vancouver? What you feeling about that series?
I got Vancouver.
I'm thinking 3-0. Sure. This is Boston. I'm keeping to my take. Boston's fake good. They win a crazy match every now and then they shit the bed. Give me Vancouver 3-0. Ugly loss.
Dude, and then this FaZe New York I think is actually going to be really good unless C9 just come out flat.
Yeah.
But if they continue with this confidence and this firepower, bro, I think they win in a map 5 because their searches looked good.
For sure.
I'm gonna go. I think C9 take it 3-2.
I don't even think FaZe let him get to map 5. I'm gonna say FaZe 3-1.
Okay, fair. Which would
FaZe
have
plays their boogeyman Vancouver in winners finals.
Yeah, if FaZe wins, so. Hopefully they can finally brush off their boogeyman, or else Vancouver's going to see themselves.
The curse of Nikki D stays alive.
It does. And then so pretty much in the bottom side of things, OpTic definitely has a clear run, but obviously they got to go through the loser of Boston, Vancouver, and then the winner, either FaZe, C9 or LAT. So no matter what, it's going to be a tough road ahead. But I think there's some room if they can get this first win against Minnesota.
I think if they play Boston, there's a chance. I think if they play Vancouver, they're losing that series. Vancouver's well practiced, looking good right now against OpTic.
I mean, I honestly, if that they would have had to beat Toronto to get there, and even if Toronto hasn't looked as good, that's still coming off of what they came off. That's a good win. So if I'm beating Toronto, I'm thinking they can beat Vancouver as well.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely can. I would just rather play Boston if I was OpTic.
Oh, for sure. Oh, no, I'm with you there. Absolutely.
I think they got a better chance there.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we're going to see how it all plays out. But I mean, at this point, I think unless Thieves can turn it around, I think I have FaZe probably winning this whole thing. I think they break the curse against Vancouver and get it done and go back-to-back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yep, unfortunately.
but that'll be decided this weekend. I'm excited to go and watch it in person.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick.
I'm gonna buy that baby blue shirt from the new spring collection. That shit's fire.
Hell yeah.
And rock it. Because it's not an OpTic Texas t-shirt. It's just an OpTic t-shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just OpTic. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. But that was our review of CDL here. This is a quick one.
Yeah, real quick, some quick hitters for Halo. Lunchbox returned to OpTic as their coach, which is kind of funny because I just saw a tweet like a few days ago from Shyway or whoever, and he was like, I think OpTic's really missing Lunchbox right now. And then like 2 days later, welcome back. So shout out Lunchbox. He's back to coach the boys up. OpTic's been coming in second a lot to Shopify. They look really good right now. And then Trippy and Falcated, Suppressed, and Penguin got signed by FaZe. So FaZe is back in Halo. Love to see that. Yeah,
I like that team. I think that's a good team, and they were beater or whatever to start. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, just these 4 players, when I saw it, I was like, this roster just like looks like a FaZe roster. They need FaZe needs to get them or something, and they did.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But anything else we want to touch on here in this short episode?
I think we're just waiting on Rocket League at this point.
Yeah, we
major.
are.
So
when is that?
It's gotta be
next weekend, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because I remember you saying it's after the weekend after COD.
So.
And Octane and Zoom are going to be watch partying it.
Oh, let's go, dude. I love when I watch party that shit.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up episode 59 with Pick and Bans. All right, time to wrap it up with Pick and Bans, where me and Dak pick and ban something from recent life and discuss. My pick, I just forgot it.
Oh, fuck. He didn't write it down. God damn it. You want me to go?
Go.
Okay. My pick is the show Mashal. It's an anime show.
Mashal.
It's literally like satire Harry Potter. It is the funniest fucking show I've watched in so long. It's like the whole world, everyone in the world can do magic except for one dude. And this dude just fucking trained his whole life in the woods, lived with his dad, like weight training, agility training. He's just strong as fuck, like super strong. And this dude goes to wizard school, and he's so fucking strong that he can like jump forward 20 feet like instantly in the blink of an eye. Like people think he's doing magic, but this dude like wins every contest. He's also dumb as shit, like super stupid, like 2 brain cells. And he just wins everything. He's like the greatest wizard of all time, and like he just stumbles his way through school or whatever. And yeah, he's just not a wizard. But they have like identical scenes to Harry Potter, like the broom flying lessons where they're like up. He'll like flick it with his toe and it goes up to his hand and shit. And he like throws the broom.
Mashal?
Yeah, it's called Mashal.
Mashal.
Yeah, and he like throws the broom forward and he'll like jump to it and get on it, so he can't fly a broom for real, but he like has so much momentum.
Does he just fall back down?
Yeah, no, he kicks his legs so hard and so fast that he can hover. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, he's got little wings.
There's like a bully like Malfoy, like blonde hair, rich kid. His dad's the vice principal or whatever, and he just fucking like beats the fuck out of this kid, dude. It's like, quit bullying my friends. He'll like break their wands and then punch them in the face. It's so funny.
Damn.
Yeah,
What's it on?
It's a great show. Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
My pick. Dude.
A few moments later.
Oh, I got some new shoes today, and my Battle Beaver is ready for pickup.
Ooh, okay.
I just ordered like some older edition looking Nike runners that called the P6000. They almost look like some dad type shits.
Yeah.
I picked up the all white and silver and black version of those.
Hell yeah.
And they're pretty fire. And then I get to pick up my 4-button controller. I'll probably do that. I guess I'll have to do that either tomorrow or Monday, but I won't want to tomorrow. So probably Monday I'll pick it up.
What do you mean,
and play with it on Monday night.
You gotta go somewhere to pick it up?
Huh?
You gotta go somewhere?
Yeah, I instead of waiting for delivery and all that. They have an office like in Dallas that I can just go pick up from. Yeah, it's in Richardson. So it's like 20 minutes away, 15, 20 minutes away from my work. So I'll just go after work one day and
that's dope.
Sit in the traffic home, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then my ban is Activision because there was a leak. I told you about this.
Oh no.
There was a leak that there's going to be a setting that you can turn on that turns. So you don't have to look at all the crazy skins anymore. You can turn it on and it just makes everyone a normal soldier. But it doesn't work on the Ninja Turtles because they still haven't broken even on the sales yet for that bundle.
Oh my god.
So I thought that was pretty funny because like it's a really good setting to have on, and then they just like, oh wait, we have a little caveat. The Ninja Turtles are still there because we need more money.
Like, do they think someone's gonna see the Ninja Turtle and be like, oh shit, I need that right now? Like everyone knows.
Be like, whoa.
Everyone that's playing COD plays COD. No one new is coming to the game right now. So
yeah,
if you've played COD in the last 60 days, you've seen the Ninja Turtle collab.
Yeah.
No, it feels like 60. It hadn't been that long, but
no, it's been a couple weeks probably.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a month.
COD days are twice as long.
All right, let's bring her home. My band. Every year, baby, March Madness.
Yep.
Louisville fucked me immediately this year. First game of the tournament, and they lost bad.
Who was it against?
Creighton.
Oh yeah,
Creighton.
Yeah, one of the some people had them beating Louisville. A couple of like wasn't like a.
It was
an
8-9 matchup. It wasn't a hot take. But they were the first game, and I picked Louisville to win it because I wanted Auburn to go travel to Lexington.
Yeah.
Which would have been a tough game against Louisville because that's right there next to them. But
yeah.
Instead, nope. Louisville didn't show up. And then I
thought all the regional games were played in. Or is it like each round is played in a different spot?
Yeah, I think each round is played in a different spot.
Okay.
So, yeah, Auburn would have had to travel to Kentucky to go play Louisville. So it's basically a home game for Louisville. But nope, Louisville sucks. Clemson sucks. Damn. They got beat by McNeese, the dude, the team with the team manager that dances.
The team that decided to take state out of their name randomly.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just tough. Usually, like, I don't know shit about college basketball. I honestly don't like watching it, but every year I feel like my brackets start out strong despite not knowing.
Yeah, shit. I didn't even bother this year. This might be the first year in like 6-7 years that I haven't done it, and I was just like, fuck it, dude.
Dude, it's kind of crazy. I feel like this year so many people have been hitting me up like, yo, you trying to join this money league for a bracket?
Really?
Like 4 or 5 people have hit me up about that, and I'm like, dude, damn, everyone's playing this year.
We got money now. We're at the age.
I guess so.
All the boys got money.
Yeah.
To use and gamble.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm curious to see how it turns. I usually don't start tuning into all the games till the next round because there's just so much to keep track of right now. So I just like wait to see what upsets happen in the first round. If any 15, 16 seeds make it somehow, and then I'll start tuning in.
Hey, go Hogs! We need Hogs to win.
Do they play tonight?
Calipari, I don't know. But Calipari will have to play Rick Pitino in the second round. Coach.
Wait, the Hogs are playing right now.
Are they right now?
They're up 62-57 with 10 minutes left.
Let's go. All right. I'm going to turn that on as soon as we're done here.
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's go, Hogs. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to episode 59. We'll be back earlier in the week next week to wrap up Major 2 after I attended this weekend. Take some pictures, take some videos, see what we can do with that. And we'll see y'all in episode 60. Deuces.